You thought betrayal hurts? But what if your own sisters sold you like you meant nothing? She begged. She cried. No one listened. They handed her over to the enemy, a rival pack known for cruelty. But the moment the Alpha King saw her, everything changed. Because the girl they sold was never weak. She was his true mate. And now, they will pay for what they did. Before the story continues, take a second to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy stories like this. More werewolf drama and powerful alpha stories are coming soon. Chapter 1. The Night of Betrayal. Opening scene, cold wind moved through the trees. The forest stayed quiet. Too quiet. She walked alone, barefoot on damp ground. A small basket hung from her hand. Herbs. Roots. The only things she was ever allowed to gather. They never trusted her with more. Not because she was weak, because they believed she was nothing. Her name was never spoken with respect. Only orders. Only insults. Only silence. Inside the pack, she had one role. In the Forgotten One. Scene 1. Life at the bottom. The pack house stood tall ahead. Light spilled from the windows. Laughter echoed inside. She paused before stepping in. They were celebrating again. Her sisters loved nights like this. Power, attention, control. She pushed the door open slowly. No one greeted her. No one even looked at her. Late again, one of her sisters said, without turning. Her voice was sharp, clean, cold. I told you to be back before sunset. She lowered her head. I had to go deeper into the forest. The herbs were... Excuses. The word cut her off instantly. Another sister laughed softly. She always has one. The room filled with quiet amusement. She stood still, hands tight, heart heavier. Drop it and leave, the first sister said. No anger, no shouting, just control. That was worse. Scene 2. The sisters. They looked nothing alike, but they shared one thing: cruelty. The eldest sat at the center, calm, calculated. The second leaned against the table, eyes full of mockery. Both powerful, both respected, both feared. And her, she was none of that. Did anyone check if she even has a wolf? The second sister said, smiling. A few pack members chuckled. She probably doesn't, someone added. Useless, another voice said. The words landed one after another. She said nothing. She never did. Because speaking never helped. Scene 3. The Hidden Tension. The celebration continued. Food, drinks, noise. But something felt wrong. She noticed it slowly. Whispers in corners, quick glances between her sisters. A door that stayed closed all night. Her chest tightened. This was not normal. She stepped back quietly, trying to leave without drawing attention, but the eldest sister's voice stopped her. Stay. One word. She froze. Scene 4. The setup. Come closer, the eldest said. Her tone changed. Softer now. That alone felt dangerous. She walked forward slowly, each step heavier than the last. The room grew quiet. Too quiet. Sit, the second sister said, pulling out a chair. She hesitated. Now. She obeyed. A cup was placed in front of her. Drink, the eldest said. Her eyes scanned the room. Everyone was watching, waiting. Her fingers trembled slightly as she picked it up. Something felt wrong. I'm not thirsty, she whispered. The smile on her sister's face did not move. That was not a suggestion. Scene 5. The betrayal begins. She drank. Slowly, carefully. The liquid tasted bitter. Too bitter. Her stomach turned, and within seconds, the world shifted. Her vision blurred. Her hands weakened. The cup slipped from her fingers and shattered on the ground. A few people laughed. She tried to stand. Her legs failed. What? Did you? Her voice broke. The eldest sister leaned closer. Cold eyes. No emotion. You should have stayed useful. Scene 6. The truth. Her heart pounded hard. Fear rushed in fast. What is happening? She whispered. The second sister crouched in front of her. We made a deal. Simple. Direct. Her breath caught. A deal? With a stronger pack, the eldest said. They wanted something? A pause. They wanted you. Silence filled the room. Heavy. Crushing. Final. Scene 7. Desperation. Her body barely responded now. She tried to crawl back. Her fingers scraped the floor. No. Please. No one moved to help her. No one even looked away. Where we fed you. We kept you alive, the second sister said. Now you serve a purpose. Tears blurred her vision. I'm your sister. The words came out weak, broken, unheard. Scene 8. The arrival. The door opened, slow, heavy. Cold air rushed in. Then, footsteps. Different, stronger, dangerous. She felt it before she saw them. The rival pack. Dark clothing, hard eyes, silent presence, predators. One stepped forward. That's her? He asked. The eldest sister nodded. Take her. Scene 9. The final moment. Strong hands grabbed her arms. She tried to fight. Her body refused. She dragged against the floor as they pulled her. Her eyes locked on her sister's one last time. No regret, no hesitation, only satisfaction. Please, she whispered again. No answer came. The door closed behind her, and just like that, she was gone. Chapter 2. The Rival Pack. The forest did not end. It stretched on. Dark, endless, cold. Branches scratched her skin as they dragged her forward. Stones cut into her feet. The ground felt harder with every step. She tried to stay conscious, tried to fight the heaviness in her body, but the drug still held her down. Her head dropped, then snapped back up. Voices moved around her. Low, controlled. Careful. She's part of the deal. She doesn't look like much. A short laugh followed. Doesn't matter. We were paid well. Paid. The word hit harder than anything else. She was not a person to them, not even an enemy. Just a trade. The air changed slowly, colder, thicker. Even the forest felt different here. No birds, no insects. Nothing lived in this part. Her chest tightened. This was their territory, the rival pack. She had heard stories. Everyone had. A pack built on strength alone. No mercy, no weakness allowed. Those who failed did not survive. Those who entered did not leave. The trees thinned out. A massive structure rose ahead. Dark wood, tall walls, torches burning on each side. Guards stood at the entrance, still, silent, watching. Their eyes locked on her instantly, not with curiosity, with judgment. She's the one? One of them asked. Yeah, the man holding her replied. From the Western Pack. A pause. She looks broken already. Another laugh. Low. Amused. Good. Makes things easier. They dragged her through the gates. The moment she crossed in, she felt it. Pressure. Heavy. Crushing. Like the air itself pushed down on her. Her breath hitched. Her body reacted before her mind did. Fear. Raw. Deep. Instinctive. This place was wrong. The inside of the pack grounds was worse. People moved everywhere. Warriors, hunters, wolves in human form. All of them stronger, faster, sharper. Every single one turned to look at her. No one spoke, but their eyes said enough. Weak. Useless. Disposable. They stopped in the center of the grounds, a wide open space, training marks cut into the earth. the scent of blood still fresh in the air. She was thrown forward. Her body hit the ground hard. Pain shot through her arms. She tried to push herself up. Failed. A boot pressed against her back. Stay down. She did not fight. Not anymore. A group began to gather, watching, waiting. She doesn't even have strength, someone said. Why would they trade this? Maybe she's meant for the lower ranks. Or worse. Laughter spread, cold, sharp. She closed her eyes. This was it. This was where it ended. Enough. The voice cut through everything. Deep, calm, absolute. Silence followed instantly. The boot lifted off her back. Every movement around her stopped. Even the air felt still. She forced her eyes open, slowly, carefully. Then she saw him. He stood at the edge of the space, tall, still, watching. Power surrounded him, not loud, not forced, natural, controlled, dangerous. His presence alone held everyone in place. No one moved without his approval. No one spoke. They did not need to. Everyone already knew who he was. The Alpha King. Her breath caught. Her body reacted again, stronger this time. Her heart raced. Not from fear alone. Something else. Something she did not understand. He stepped forward. Slow. Measured. Each step carried weight. Each step pulled the space tighter. His eyes stayed on her. Locked. Focused. Unmoving. He stopped a few feet away. Said nothing. Just looked. She tried to lower her gaze. Tried to disappear. But she couldn't. Something held her there. Forced her to meet his eyes. And in that moment, everything changed. The world went quiet. The noise. The people. The fear. All of it faded. Only him remained. Only that connection. Sharp. Sudden. Unavoidable. His expression shifted. Barely. But enough. He felt it too. A low tension spread through the crowd. They noticed. They felt it. But they did not understand it. She did not understand it either. All she knew was this. The moment he looked at her, she was no longer invisible. And that was far more dangerous than being ignored. Chapter 3. The Alpha King appears. No one spoke. No one dared to move. The entire pack stood frozen, watching him. Watching her. The Alpha King's gaze never left her face. Sharp. Focused. Unreadable. She felt it again. That strange pull. Stronger now. Her chest tightened. Her breath grew uneven. It made no sense. This was the man she should fear the most. Yet her body refused to look away. He took another step closer. The ground felt heavier under his weight. Every movement carried control. Nothing rushed. Nothing wasted. Who brought her? His voice was low, calm, but it carried across the entire space. One of the men stepped forward quickly. We did, Alpha. From the Western Pack. Silence followed. The Alpha King's eyes flicked toward him for a second. Just 1 second. It was enough. The man lowered his head instantly. What were you told? The Alpha King asked. That she was part of a trade. No value to them. A pause. A long one. The Alpha King looked back at her. Again. Longer this time. Deeper. No value. The words stayed in the air, but something in his expression said otherwise. She swallowed hard. Her throat felt dry. Her body still weak. But her mind was starting to wake up. Why was he looking at her like that? Stand. The command came without warning. She tried. Her hands pressed against the ground. Her arms shook. Her body refused. A few quiet chuckles spread through the crowd. She can't even stand. Pathetic. The Alpha King did not react to them. His eyes stayed on her. Stand. This time, his voice carried more weight, more force. Something in her responded. Not strength, Not courage. Something deeper. Instinct. She pushed again. Harder. Her legs trembled, her vision blurred. But slowly, she rose, unsteady, weak, but standing. The space went quiet again. Different this time. Less mocking. More watchful. The Alpha King stepped closer. Close enough now. Too close. She could see every detail. His eyes. Dark. Intense. His expression. Controlled. But beneath that control, something else moved. He reached out. Slowly. Deliberately. Her breath stopped. Her body tensed. His fingers brushed against her wrist. Light. Brief. And then, a shock. Not pain. Something else. A sharp surge that ran through her entire body. Fast, violent, unfamiliar. She gasped. Her knees almost gave out again. The Alpha King stilled. His hand remained where it was. But his expression changed. For the first time, it cracked. Not weakness. Recognition. A low murmur spread through the pack. They felt it. They saw it. Something was wrong. Something was different. "What is this?" someone whispered. The Alpha King ignored them. His focus stayed on her. Only her. His grip tightened slightly. Not enough to hurt. Enough to confirm. His voice dropped. Lower than before. Almost personal. "Look at me." She already was. She couldn't stop. Their eyes lock again. Stronger this time. Clearer. Undeniable. Her heart pounded fast. Too fast. Her thoughts scattered. This was wrong. Everything about this was wrong. Her voice came out weak. Broken. "I don't understand." He didn't answer right away. Instead, he stepped even closer. The space between them disappeared. And then he said it. Quiet. Certain. Final. "You're mine." The words hit harder than anything before. The entire pack reacted. Gasps. Movement. Shock. "What? That's impossible." "An Omega?" Voices rose. Confusion spread. But the Alpha King did not look away. Did not take it back. "You are mine," he repeated. Her head shook instantly. No. No. Fear rushed back stronger than before. "I'm nothing," she said quickly. "You're mistaken." His expression hardened. Not angry. Certain. "I don't make mistakes." Silence slammed down again. Heavy. Absolute. The truth settled in. Slow. Relentless. She wasn't just a prisoner anymore. She was something far more dangerous. Chapter 4. The Unexpected Protection. The silence did not last. It broke fast. Sharp whispers. Quick movement. Eyes shifting from her to him and back again. No one understood, and that made it worse. "She's nothing," someone said under their breath. "An Omega?" Another added. "This makes no sense." The Alpha King did not respond. He did not explain. He did not repeat himself. He simply turned. "Take her inside." The order came cold, direct. No room for argument. 2 guards stepped forward. Careful this time. Not rough. Not careless. They helped her stand instead of dragging her. That alone felt strange. Wrong. Her legs still trembled. Her body still weak. But her mind raced now. Mine. The word echoed again and again. She shook her head slightly, trying to clear it, trying to reject it. This was not real. It could not be real. They led her across the grounds, past rows of watching eyes, some confused, some angry, some calculating. She felt it all. Every stare, every judgment. "She won't last," one voice whispered. "She shouldn't even be here." Another voice came, lower. "Watch what happens next." They entered the pack house. The air inside felt different, warmer, but heavier. The guards stopped at a door. Large, carved, solid. One of them pushed it open. Inside. She hesitated, just for a second. Then she stepped in. The room was nothing like she expected. Clean, quiet, spacious. A large bed stood at the center, a table near the window, fire burning low in the corner, no chains, no restraints. Her chest tightened again. "Stay here," one guard said. The door closed behind her. She stood still, listening, waiting. Nothing came. No shouting, no orders, no threats. Silence. Slowly. She moved. Her fingers brushed the edge of the table, the surface smooth, untouched. She looked around again, trying to understand. Why here? Why not the cells? Why not the lower quarters? Why treat her differently? Her thoughts spiraled fast. Then, the door opened again. She turned sharply, her body tensed. He stepped in, the Alpha King. The air shifted instantly. He filled the space without trying. The door closed behind him. Now it was just the two of them. Her heart began to race again, faster than before. He said nothing at first, just watched her. That same look. Focused. Controlled. She took a small step back. "I won't hurt you." The words surprised her. She did not believe them. "You already did," she said quietly, her voice still weak. "But you claimed me." A flicker crossed his face. Not anger. Something else. "That was not meant to harm you." She shook her head again. "It doesn't matter what you meant." Her fingers curled slightly. "I don't belong to you." The room went still. The words hung between them. Sharp, bold, dangerous. For a moment, nothing happened. Then he stepped closer. Slow, controlled. "You felt it." Her breath caught. "You know it's real." "No," she said quickly, too quickly. He stopped in front of her. Close again, too close. "You can deny it," he said, "but it won't change what you are." Her chest rose and fell fast. "I'm nothing," she repeated. "I've always been nothing." The words came from deep inside. Years of being told the same thing. His expression hardened slightly. "That is a lie." Her eyes flicked up to his. "You were treated like nothing," he continued. "That is not the same thing." Silence followed. She did not know how to respond. No one had ever said that to her before. No one had ever challenged it. Her entire life had been built on that truth, or what she thought was truth. "You are mine," he said again, quieter this time, less force, more certainty. "And that makes you untouchable here." Her brows pulled slightly, confusion breaking through fear. "What does that mean?" "It means no one will harm you." A pause. "No one will use you." Another pause. "No one will decide your worth again." The words settled slowly. She wanted to reject them. She should reject them. But something inside her, something small, listened. "And if I refuse?" she asked. His gaze did not shift. "You can refuse me," he said. "You cannot refuse what you are." Her heart tightened again. This was not control, not the kind she knew. This was something else, something she did not understand yet. Outside, footsteps passed the door, voices low, tense. The pack was already reacting. This was not over, not even close. Chapter 5. The Truth of the Mate Bond. The silence stretched after he spoke, not empty, heavy. She stood still, trying to steady her breathing, trying to hold on to something real, but nothing felt stable anymore. "You're wrong," she said again, quieter now, less certain. His eyes stayed on her, unmoved. "Then explain it," he said. She froze. Her mind searched fast, for logic, for reason, for anything that made sense, but every answer collapsed. She felt it, that pull, that strange, deep connection she could not name. Her fingers curled at her sides. "I don't know what this is," she admitted. The words came out slow, reluctant. But it doesn't mean I belong to you. He stepped closer again. Not rushed. Never rushed. It's not ownership, he said. A pause. It's a bond. The word sat between them. She shook her head. No. You felt it when I touched you. Her breath hitched. You feel it now. Stronger. She stepped back again, her back almost hitting the wall. Stop, she said quickly. He stopped. Immediately. That surprised her. He did not push further. Did not close the space again. He let her breathe. You think this is control, he said. But it isn't. Her eyes stayed locked on him. It's recognition. The word felt different. Not force. Not command. Something deeper. You are my true mate, he said. This time. He did not raise his voice. Did not demand. He stated it. Like fact. Like something that could not change. Her chest tightened again. No, she whispered. But the denial lacked strength. You were born for this bond, he continued. So was I. Her head shook slowly. I was born to be nothing. The words slipped out before she could stop them. Silence followed. His expression shifted again. Slightly. Not anger. Not pity. Something sharper. That is what they made you believe, he said. Her eyes dropped. Memories hit fast. Her sisters' voices, their laughter, their cold eyes. Useless. Weak. Nothing. Her chest hurt. You survived them, he added. She looked up again. That alone proves you are not what they said. The words landed differently. Not soft. Not comforting. Firm. Truth. Or something close to it. Her breath slowed slightly. I don't want this, she said after a moment. Honest. Clear. I don't want a bond I didn't choose. He nodded once. You didn't choose it, he said. Neither did I. A pause. But it exists. Her jaw tightened. Then ignore it. The words came quick. His gaze held hers. If it were that simple, I would have. Silence again. This time, it felt different. More real. He turned slightly, walking a few steps away, giving her space. That pull you feel, he said. It will grow. Her stomach tightened. You will feel it when I'm near. A pause. When I'm not, you will notice that too. Her breath caught again. You will start to hear me, he continued. Not with your ears. Her eyes widened slightly. You will feel what I feel. The room seemed smaller now. That is the mate bond, he said. No drama, no exaggeration, just truth. Her mind struggled to keep up. That's not possible. But even as she said it, she knew it was. Because she had already felt something. Something she could not explain. And if I reject it? She asked. He turned back to her. His expression did not change. You can try. A pause. But it will hurt you more than it hurts me. Her chest tightened again. Why? Because you've been fighting your whole life, he said. Another pause. This will feel like something you cannot fight. Silence settled deep between them. Her thoughts slowed. Not calm, not settled, but shifting. For the first time, she was not thinking about escape. She was thinking about truth, and that scared her more. Outside, voices grew louder, tension building. The pack was not accepting this. Not yet. And maybe, not ever. Chapter 6. Resistance and Tension. The voices outside did not fade. They grew, low at first, then sharper. She heard it through the door. Arguments, disbelief, anger. She cannot be his mate. This is a mistake. She's nothing. The words hit. Not new, but heavier now. She stood still in the room, listening. Her chest tightened again. This was what she understood. This was familiar. Rejection. The bond inside her pulled in the opposite direction. Soft. Persistent. Unwanted. She pressed her hand against her chest, as if she could stop it. It did not stop. The door opened. He stepped back in. The tension followed him, carried in the air around him. "They don't accept this," she said before he spoke. Her voice stayed steady. He closed the door behind him. "I didn't expect them to." Simple. Direct. He moved further into the room. "They will challenge it," he continued. Her eyes narrowed slightly. "Challenge me, or you?" His gaze met hers. "Both." Silence followed. She let out a slow breath. "So this is my life now?" No anger in her tone, no panic, just clarity. "Trapped between something I don't want and people who want me gone." He did not answer right away, because it was true. "I won't force you," he said after a moment. Her eyes flicked to him. "But I won't let them touch you either." Another pause. "You are under my protection." The word protection felt strange, unfamiliar. No one had ever used it for her before. "And if I don't want it?" she asked. He stepped closer. "You need it." The answer came without hesitation. Her jaw tightened. "I survived without it." His expression sharpened slightly. "You survived abuse," he said. "That's not the same thing." The words landed hard. She looked away. For a moment, she had no response, because part of her knew he was right, and she hated that. A sudden knock hit the door. Hard. Neither of them moved immediately. Then, "Enter." The door opened. A woman stepped in, tall, strong, eyes sharp and cold. Her presence filled the room in a different way, less controlled than his, more direct. She looked at the girl first, then at him. "So it's true," she said. Her voice carried disbelief. "You brought her here." He said nothing. "You're risking the entire pack for this?" Still nothing. Her gaze hardened. "She's weak." The word hit like before, but this time, something inside her reacted. A flicker. Small, but there. "I don't care what you think," the Alpha King said. His voice stayed calm, but the weight behind it pressed down hard. The woman did not back down. "You should," she replied. "The pack is already divided." A pause. "They won't follow her." His eyes did not shift. "They don't have to." Silence filled the room. The tension rose fast. "They will challenge you," she said. "I know." "And her?" His gaze flicked to the girl for a second. "They will try." The woman let out a slow breath. "Then she won't survive." The words settled heavy. Real. Honest. The girl lifted her head slightly. For the first time, she spoke without hesitation. "Then I'll learn." The room went still. Both of them looked at her. Her heart pounded fast, but she did not look away. "I won't stay weak," she added. The words came out stronger now. Clear. The woman studied her. Long. Careful. Then she gave a short, humorless smile. "We'll see." She turned and walked out. The door closed behind her. Silence returned. Different now. The Alpha King watched her closely. "That was your choice," he said. She nodded once. "It's the only one I have." A pause. He stepped closer again. "Then I'll make sure you survive long enough to prove it." Her chest tightened. Not from fear. From something else. Something she still did not want to name. Outside. The tension continued to grow. The pack was dividing. Lines were forming. And she stood at the center of it. Chapter 7. The First Attack. The night fell heavy over the pack. No celebration, no laughter, only tension. She felt it the moment darkness settled. Something was coming. The room felt too quiet, too still. She stood near the window, watching the shadows stretch across the ground outside. Her body stayed alert, more than before. The fear was still there, but it had changed. It was no longer freezing her. It was preparing her. A faint sound broke the silence. Footsteps. Not loud. Careful. She turned slowly, her eyes locked on the door. Another sound. Closer now. The handle moved. Her breath slowed. The door opened. 3 figures stepped in. Silent. Fast. Their eyes locked on her instantly. No hesitation. No warning. They moved. One rushed forward. She stepped back quickly, her body reacting before her mind could think. His hand shot out, trying to grab her. She twisted away. Barely. Her back hit the wall. The second attacker moved in from the side, too fast. His grip caught her arm. Pain shot through her shoulder. "Hold her," one of them said. Their voices stayed low, controlled, planned. This was not random. They came for her. She struggled. Harder than before, not enough strength, but more than they expected. Her foot slammed into one of them. He cursed under his breath. "Stop fighting." She didn't. Her nails dug into skin, her body twisted again. For a second, she broke free. She stumbled forward, almost reached the door. A hand grabbed her hair. Hard. She gasped. Her body yanked backward. Pain exploded across her scalp. "Enough," the third one said. He stepped forward. Calm. Cold. "We were told to keep her alive." A pause. Barely. Her chest tightened. So this was it. The test. The challenge. They weren't trying to kill her. They were trying to break her. Something inside her snapped. Not fear. Not panic. Something deeper. Her body reacted differently this time. Stronger. Faster. She twisted sharply. Her elbow drove back. It hit hard. One of them staggered. Surprise flashed across their faces. "She's changing," one muttered. They moved again. This time, more serious. The third attacker stepped forward fully, his hand raised, energy built around him, a strike meant to end it. Before it landed, the door exploded open. The force slammed into the attackers. They were thrown back instantly. The air shifted. Violent. Dominant. He stepped in. The Alpha King. His presence hit the room like a storm. His eyes burned, dark, furious. No control now, only power. The attackers froze. Too late. He moved, faster than anything she had seen. One strike. The first attacker hit the wall. Hard. A second movement. The next one dropped instantly. The third tried to react. Tried to fight back. He didn't stand a chance. The Alpha King's grip closed around his throat. Lifted him off the ground. "Who sent you?" His voice was no longer calm. It was lethal. The man struggled. Said nothing. The grip tightened. "I asked once." The air grew heavier. Fear filled the room. "Pack! Decision!" The attacker forced out. "They don't accept her." The words cut off. The Alpha King threw him aside, hard. The man didn't get back up. Silence followed. Heavy. Controlled again. Slowly, the Alpha King turned. His eyes found her. She stood against the wall, breathing hard, shaking slightly, but still standing, still fighting. Their eyes locked. The anger in his expression shifted. Not gone, but focused differently now. "You're hurt." She shook her head. "I'm fine." The words came out rough, but true. He stepped closer. His hand lifted slightly, then stopped. Waiting. She noticed it. He wasn't forcing it. He was giving her the choice. After a second, she didn't move away. His fingers brushed her arm lightly, checking. Careful. The connection sparked again. Stronger this time. She felt it clearly now. And this time, she didn't deny it. "They won't stop," she said quietly. His jaw tightened. "No," he replied. A pause. Neither will I. Outside, the pack had made its move. And now, there was no going back. Chapter 8. Training and Transformation. The room stayed quiet after the attack, but the silence had changed. It no longer felt empty. It felt like the start of something. She stood where she was, breathing slower now, her body still shaken, but her mind clear. They came to test me, she said. The Alpha King watched her. They came to break you. She nodded once. They won't stop. No. Another pause. Then I need to change. The words came out steady. Not fear. Not doubt. Decision. His gaze sharpened slightly. You already started, he said. She frowned. I barely fought them. You fought back. Simple. Direct. That's the difference. She looked down at her hands, still slightly trembling. Then she clenched them. That's not enough. No, he agreed. Silence followed. Then he turned. Come with me. The training grounds were empty now. Dark. Cold. Lit only by a few low flames. She stepped onto the ground slowly. This was where they trained. Where they fought. Where strength was proven. And she stood at the center of it. You start here, he said. She looked at him. No weapon, he continued. No advantage. Her chest tightened slightly. Just you. He stepped back, creating space between them. Show me what you can do. She hesitated. Then, she moved. Fast. Not perfect, not strong, but direct. She lunged forward. He blocked it easily. Too easily. She expected that. She moved again. Different angle. He stopped it again. 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 Every move she made. He read it. Before it happened. Her breathing grew heavier. Frustration built fast. She pushed harder. Faster now. He didn't strike back. He only defended. Watching. Measuring. You hesitate, he said. She froze for a split second. That was enough. He moved. One shift. She was on the ground, flat. Her breath knocked out of her chest. She stared up at the sky. Anger rose fast. Not at him. At herself. She pushed up again. I didn't hesitate. You did. His voice stayed calm. You think before you move. Her jaw tightened. That's not weakness. It isn't a fight. A pause. Out there, he continued. They won't wait for you to decide. The words hit hard. True. She stood again. This time, she didn't think. She moved. Faster. More instinct than control. He blocked again. But this time, she adjusted. Quick. Her movement shifted mid-strike. Unexpected. His eyes narrowed slightly. She noticed. That was something. He stepped in. Closer. Now he struck. Fast. She barely reacted. His hand stopped just before impact, right in front of her face. She froze. If I wanted to end this, he said, it would already be over. Her chest rose sharply. She understood. She wasn't close yet. Not even near. Again, he said. She didn't argue. She moved. Again. 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 Time passed. She lost count of how many times she hit the ground, how many times she failed. But something changed. Slowly. Her movements became sharper. Less hesitation, more reaction, more instinct. Her breathing steadied. Her focus tightened. And then, it happened. She moved without thinking. Perfect timing. Her strike landed. Light, but real. Silence followed. The Alpha King looked at her. Not surprised, but satisfied. You felt it, he said. She nodded slowly. I didn't think. Exactly. A pause. That's where your strength is. Her chest rose slowly. For the first time, she felt it. Not weakness, not fear. Strength. Small, but real. You're changing, he said. She looked at him. So are you. The words slipped out before she could stop them. He didn't deny it. The bond between them shifted again. Stronger now. Clearer. No longer just confusion. Something building. Something real. From the shadows. Someone watched. Silent. Still. Waiting. The attack had failed. But the war inside the pack was only getting started. Chapter 9. Secrets about her identity. The next morning came too fast. No rest, no peace. Her body ached. Every muscle felt used. But she stood anyway. The training ground was empty again. Cold air. Quiet space. She stepped forward slowly, testing her balance. Different. Her body responded faster now. Sharper. More aware. You're early. She turned. The Alpha King stood at the edge of the field, watching her. I couldn't sleep, she said. That will happen. He walked closer. The bond keeps your senses active. Her chest tightened slightly. That word again. Bond. She looked away. I don't want it controlling me. It won't, he said. A pause. Not if you learn how to control yourself first. Silence followed. She nodded once. Then teach me more. They trained again. Harder this time. He didn't hold back as much. His movements came faster, sharper. She struggled to keep up, but she didn't stop. Not once. Hours passed. Sweat. Pain. Breathing hard. Still standing. Still fighting. Then, it happened again. That feeling. Stronger than before. It hit her suddenly. Her body froze mid-movement. Her chest tightened. Her breath caught. Images flashed through her mind, not memories. Something else. A forest. Different from this one. Brighter. Wider. Voices. Familiar. But distant. Power. Something deep inside her stirred. She staggered back. What is this? Her voice came out low, unsteady. The Alpha King stopped instantly. He felt it too. The shift. What do you see? He asked. She pressed her hand to her head. I don't know. The images grew sharper. A symbol. Marked into stone. A crown. Not worn. Claimed. Her breath quickened. It feels familiar. His expression changed. Focused. Serious. Say everything. She closed her eyes, trying to hold on to it. There's a place. Her voice slowed. Not this pack. Not my old one. A pause. Somewhere else. Her body tensed again. They're calling it mine. Silence hit hard. The moment stretched. Then the feeling stopped. Just like that. She dropped to one knee, breathing hard. What was that? The Alpha King didn't answer immediately. Because he already knew. Or at least, he suspected. He stepped closer. Look at me. She did. You're not what they told you, he said. Her chest tightened again. I already know that, she replied. His gaze didn't shift. No, he said. A pause. You don't. The air felt heavier now. Different. Your strength didn't come from nowhere, he continued. Her brows pulled slightly. You adapted too fast. Another pause. That doesn't happen without reason. Her mind started connecting pieces. Her past, her sisters, the way they treated her. Not just cruelty. Control. Like they were hiding something. They knew, she said slowly. His eyes narrowed slightly. Yes. The word landed hard. They knew. And they still sold me? Her voice broke slightly. Not from weakness. From realization. They didn't sell you because you were nothing, he said. A pause. They sold you because you were something? Silence followed. Heavy. Clear. Her chest rose slowly. Everything shifted again, her entire life. A lie. Not weak. Hidden. What am I? She asked. The question came out quiet, but it carried weight. He looked at her. Long. Careful. Something rare, he said. A pause. Something they were afraid of. Her mind raced. The flashes, the symbol, the voice calling something hers. It wasn't random. It was memory. Buried. Locked away. And now? She asked. His expression hardened slightly. Now they'll come back for you. The words settled in slowly. Not just her sisters. Others. Anyone who understood what she was. The wind moved across the training ground. Colder now. Sharper. The world around her felt different. Like it was watching her. Waiting. She stood slowly, her legs steadier now. Her gaze clearer. I won't run, she said. The Alpha King nodded once. I know. The truth had changed everything. She was not just surviving anymore. She was becoming something else. Something dangerous. And far away, someone had already felt the shift. Chapter 10. Return of the Sisters. The air changed before they arrived. Sharp. Unsettling. The pack felt it. Movement slowed. Voices dropped. Eyes turned towards the gates. She stood at the edge of the training ground, still, watching. What is it? She asked. The Alpha King didn't look at her. His focus stayed ahead. They're here. Her chest tightened instantly. She didn't need to ask who. She already knew. The gates opened. Slow, heavy. Figures stepped through. Familiar. Her breath caught. Her sisters. They walked in like nothing had changed. Like nothing had happened. Confident. Controlled. Alive in a way she had never been allowed to be. The eldest led. Calm as ever. Eyes scanning everything. The second followed. A faint smile on her lips. Sharp. Mocking. They stopped in the center. The entire pack watched. Tension spread fast. They came themselves, someone whispered, bold. Or desperate. Her feet moved before she could stop them. One step, then another. She walked forward. No chains. No hesitation. Different now. Stronger. Her sisters noticed. Their eyes locked on her. A flicker passed through their expressions. Surprise. Gone in a second. Well, the second sister said softly, you're still alive. Her voice carried the same tone, the same edge, but something beneath it shifted. Uncertainty. You didn't expect me to be, she replied. Her voice stayed steady. The eldest stepped forward slightly. We expected you to serve your purpose. Cold. Direct. The words didn't hit the same anymore. She felt it. The difference. Before, those words would have broken her. Now, they didn't. You sold me, she said. No emotion in her tone, just truth. The second sister shrugged lightly. We made a decision. A profitable one, the eldest added. Silence spread. The pack listened closely now, watching, judging. And now? She asked. Her gaze didn't shift. The eldest smiled slightly. Now we're here to correct a mistake. The air tightened instantly. A few pack members stepped forward. Tension rising. The Alpha King moved. Just one step. That was enough. The entire space stilled again. She is not your concern anymore, he said. His voice cut clean through the tension. The eldest sister turned her gaze to him. Everything about her is our concern, she replied. A pause. You have something that does not belong to you. The words hung heavy. Her chest tightened again. Not from fear, from anger. I was never yours to own, she said. The words came out sharp, clear. The second sister laughed softly. You still think you have a choice? Silence followed. The Alpha King stepped forward again. She does. The answer came instantly. No hesitation. The eldest's expression hardened slightly. You're making this harder than it needs to be. His gaze didn't shift. Leave. One word. Final. The tension broke, not into calm. into something worse. The second sister stepped closer, her eyes locked on the girl. You feel it now, don't you? She said quietly. Her breath caught. What are you talking about? A slow smile spread across the second sister's face. The truth. A pause. What you really are. Her heart started to race again. They knew. They had always known. You hid it, she said slowly, and the eldest didn't deny it. We controlled it, she corrected. A pause. For your own good. The words hit, not as comfort, as manipulation. You tried to keep me weak, she said. The second sister tilted her head slightly. We tried to keep you contained. The truth settled deeper. They didn't fear her weakness. They feared her strength. And now? She asked. Her voice dropped slightly, more controlled, more dangerous. The eldest's eyes narrowed. Now you've become a problem. Silence fell hard. The line had been drawn, clear, final. The Alpha King stepped forward fully now. She's not leaving with you. His voice carried no room for argument. The eldest met his gaze. This isn't over. She stepped back, turning slowly. The second sister followed, but before she left, she looked at the girl one last time and smiled, not mockery, something darker. We'll see who you become, she said quietly. Then they were gone. The gates closed behind them. The tension stayed, heavier now, more dangerous. She stood still. Her chest rose slowly. Her mind replayed every word, every truth. They'll come back, she said. The Alpha King didn't deny it. Yes. A pause. And next time, it won't be talk. She nodded once. Her eyes hardened slightly. I know. The past had returned. But this time, she wasn't the same girl they sold. Chapter 11. Revenge and Justice. The pack did not settle after they left. It shifted, divided. Groups formed in silence. Eyes watched from every corner, some loyal, some waiting, some ready to turn. She felt it all. Every stare carried weight now. They're preparing, she said. The Alpha King stood beside her, still, focused. Yes. No hesitation. They won't wait long. Her chest rose slowly. Good. The word came out steady. He glanced at her. You're ready for that? She met his gaze. I'm done running. A pause. I'm done being what they made me. Silence followed. Then he nodded once. Then we end it. The challenge came at dawn. No message, no warning, just presence. The gates opened again. This time, they did not walk in alone. Warriors filled the space behind them, armed, prepared. And the tension snapped instantly. The pack moved, lines formed. No more whispers, no more doubt. This was war. She stepped forward, not behind him, beside him. The shift did not go unnoticed. She stands with him now, someone whispered, not behind. Her sisters stood at the front again, but this time, they did not pretend. This ends today, the eldest said. Her voice carried across the space. You return what belongs to us, or we take it. The Alpha King didn't move. She doesn't belong to you. The answer came clean, final. The second sister stepped forward, her eyes locked on the girl. You don't understand what you are, she said. Her chest tightened slightly. But I will. Her voice stayed steady. The second sister smiled. Then show me. The first attack came fast. Not from the front. From the side. A warrior rushed forward. Fast. She saw it. This time, she didn't freeze. She moved. Her body reacted before thought. She stepped aside, turned, struck. Clean. The warrior dropped. Silence hit for a split second. Then everything exploded. The fight broke across the ground. Clashes, shouts, movement everywhere. The Alpha King moved like a storm, precise, brutal, no wasted motion. Every strike ended someone. She stayed focused, not on the chaos, on them, her sisters. The second sister moved first, fast. Her attack came sharp, more skill than before, controlled. She blocked, barely. The impact pushed her back, stronger, but not overwhelming. "You've improved," the second sister said. She didn't answer. She moved again. Faster now. No hesitation. Their strikes clashed, back and forth. Skill against growth. Control against instinct. The second sister smiled slightly. "You're still not enough." Something inside her shifted. Not anger, clarity. She stopped thinking. Completely. Her body moved. Pure instinct. Faster than before, sharper. Her strike broke through, direct. The second sister staggered back. Shock flashed across her face. "You..." She didn't finish. She moved again. No pause. No doubt. Her final strike landed. Clean. The second sister fell. Still. Silence spread outward. The fight slowed. Eyes turned. The eldest sister stepped forward slowly, her expression no longer calm. No control. Only anger. "You don't understand what you've done," she said. Her voice dropped lower. More dangerous. "I do," she replied. Her voice stayed steady. "I ended it." The eldest attacked. Faster than the other. Stronger. Her power hit harder. The ground cracked under the force. She barely held her ground. The impact pushed her back. Her breath caught. This was different. This was real power. "You were never meant to rise," the eldest said. Her voice cut sharp. "You were meant to be controlled." Her chest tightened, then steadied. "No," she said. A pause. "I was meant to be more." The bond surged, stronger than ever. She felt it fully now. Not as confusion, as strength, as clarity. She moved. Faster than before, every step precise, every strike controlled. The eldest tried to match it, but something had changed. She was no longer holding back, no longer doubting. Their final clash hit hard. Power against power. Then, silence. The eldest dropped. The ground settled. The fight ended. No one moved. No one spoke. She stood in the center, breathing steady, unshaken. The Alpha King stepped forward. His eyes stayed on her, not checking, recognizing. "It's done," she said. He nodded once. "Yes." Around them, the pack slowly lowered their weapons. The tension faded, replaced by something else. Respect. She looked around, at the faces that once doubted her, at the place that once saw her as nothing. Now, they saw something else. Chapter 12. The Rise of the True Luna. The ground stayed still. No movement, no noise. The fight was over, but something else had begun. She stood at the center, breathing steady, eyes clear. No fear left, only awareness. Around her, the pack watched, not with doubt, not with mockery, with recognition. They had seen it. Every moment, every strike, every decision. They knew now. She was not weak. She never was. The Alpha King stepped forward. His presence filled the space again. But this time, it did not stand alone. She matched it, not equal in force, but equal in presence, side by side. "She fought," he said. His voice carried across the pack. She stood. A pause. She chose. Silence followed. Every word landed, clear, final. "She is not here by chance." His gaze moved across the crowd. "She is not here by mercy." Another pause. "She is here because she belongs." The words settled deep. No one spoke against it. No one stepped forward. He turned to her. His eyes met hers. "Stand with me," not a command, a choice. She held his gaze. The bond between them moved again. Not sharp, not overwhelming. Steady, grounded. This time, she did not fight it. She stepped forward, closing the space between them, standing at his side. The shift was immediate. The pack felt it, clear, undeniable. A low sound moved through the crowd. Not fear, not tension, acceptance. One by one, they lowered their heads. Respect, not forced, earned. She looked across them, at the place that once saw her as nothing. At the people who now stood before her. This was no longer a cage. It was something else. Something she had claimed. Her past did not disappear. It stayed with her. But it no longer defined her. "I won't rule through fear," she said. Her voice carried. Strong, clear. "I won't control you the way I was controlled." A pause. "But I won't be weak either." Silence followed. Then, a shift. Deeper this time. The pack understood. Strength, not cruelty. Control, not oppression. Balance. The Alpha King watched her. No interruption, no correction, only approval. "You are Luna," he said. The words carried weight, not just a title, a truth. She felt it, not as pressure, as purpose. The bond settled fully. No resistance, no confusion. Clear, complete. The wind moved across the ground, lighter now, calmer. The pack stood united again, not divided, not uncertain, stronger. She looked forward, not at the past, at what came next. "This is only the beginning," she said quietly. The Alpha King heard it. He nodded once. Yes, because they both knew what she had become would not stay hidden again. And anyone who came for her next would not find the same girl her sisters once sold.